This happened like 20 years ago, so the details are a bit hazy. I was in middle school and lived in an upper middle class neighborhood in a little New England town with very little crime. I had just started babysitting and had just taken a whole babysitting course at a local hospital, and after putting up some flyers, I got my first call. It was at a house in my neighborhood. About a 5-minute walk from my house, they had an older girl who was maybe 8 or 9, and a young toddlerish age boy. Their mom was giving me the rundown of their routine and giving me a little tour of their house. We went into her son's bedroom and she said something like, "That's odd. Why is his window open?" She quickly shut the window and seemed somewhat distracted from that point on. She hurried through the rest of the tour and then told me to go hang out with the kids while she finished getting ready to leave. About 2 minutes later, she hurries in, sort of hustles us out the door and outside. I'm pretty confused at this point, but being an awkwardly shy middle school aged girl, and I just go along with it at that point. Once we get to the driveway, she pulls me aside and tells me that she went back to her bedroom after noticing the window was open and saw most of her jewelry was missing. Soon after telling me this, about 10 cop cars come flying in. Cops run out with guns drawn and shields, and the cops tell me to leave, so I head home, pretty terrified and clueless what just happened. Turns out the burglar who had broken in the night before was still hiding in the son's closet, right next to where we were standing when the mom realized the window was open, and something was off, which all made sense thinking about it. Don't really like to imagine how that could have gone, had she not noticed the open window and left me there for the night with her 2 kids. Needless to say, that was the beginning and end of my babysitting career. Around a year ago, I get to elementary school age kids, getting ready for school in the morning so their parents can leave for work. I came in one morning and the mom was on the floor, having what I later found out was a seizure. The dad had already left, and she wasn't responding to me. While I was on the phone with 911, I could hear the TV in the next room, and figured the other kid was still sleeping. She started to come out of it, and got up to continue making her lunch for work. I could hardly convince her to sit, and I was scared she'd fall and I wouldn't be able to catch her. I sent the TV watching kid upstairs with the dog. Just before the paramedics arrived, I'm on the phone with the dad. Neighbors are texting me if everything's all right. The paramedics are asking me questions. They take her to the hospital and I talk to the kids and get them ready for school. They were totally okay, really. They missed the whole thing. The school bus came and I cried the whole way home. I was babysitting my niece a couple of years ago. She's 6 now, so she would have been 3 then. I put her to bed, read her a story, gave her a cuddle, then went down to watch a movie and ended up falling asleep on the couch in the living room. I don't know how much later it was, but I woke up to something grabbing my ankle. My eyes shot open. I freaked the fuck out, and I shook my leg as hard as I could. Bad idea. She'd managed to unfasten her door, climb over to different baby gates, and get down the stairs without doing herself an injury, all to ask me if I could read her another story. We don't tell her mother about the time. I almost drop-kicked her daughter across the living room. I babysat these 2 wild terror boys that lived across the street. When I was young, maybe 14, they were never disciplined and incredibly hyper and violent. The youngest one, maybe 4 at the time, swiped a pencil from a drawer and stabbed me in the forehead above my eye with it hard. The lead broke off under the skin and I couldn't get it out. It ended up getting infected and becoming extremely painful. I ended up having to have surgery and still have a scar from it. The kid's parents paid the medical bills, but never apologized. She just basically said that boys will be boys. They were awful people. The end.